In a video a few months ago, actually, I'm not sure how long ago it was. I think the house still had carpet back then. Oh wait, no, it doesn't. Someone sent me a permobil USB charger that I believe had been run over by their chair. Well, this is a clip that I made a while back. I'm just now getting around to editing it, of me repairing it. I'm not actually fixing it, more as just, well, you'll have to watch the video and see. But the first couple of clips are originally from the video when I received it, and then we jump into me repairing it. You'll see why I'm doing this in a minute. Enjoy. A viewer said he was sending me a broken USB charger from his permobil chair. Oh boy. When you said it was damaged, you weren't kidding. Holy cow. So I started working on this thing, and then there's some little ferrite chokes here. There's still one on this board, but the other one's broken. I sent pictures of it to someone that I know, and he said that those are actually inductors, and that's what makes the DC to DC step-down power supply work. They're not just noise filters. So, luckily I just spent time fixing this, or adding jumper wires. The idea was we would do this and then trim these down and put our board on here and sandwich everything in. But as it turns out, this thing is toast. And without the proper inductor here, this thing will not work. I think we're gonna move on to plan B. This box, I believe, is just big enough for me to fit one of my pre-made 24 to 5 volt converters inside of. So I think that's what we're gonna do here. We're just gonna use this housing and retrofit the little modules that I already have, and we'll just go that route instead. Glad I didn't get too far into this. Let me go grab some parts from the living room. Okay, here's our housing. It's not so smashed that it isn't usable, but check this out. We've got one of these little things, and it comes with a little pigtail, already has USB on it, and it's 12 or 24 volt. So I think the idea is going to be we will stick this thing inside here. We'll have to trim it just a little bit, but this thing should do what we're trying to do here. We'll just snap off these little legs. This thing is fully potted, by the way. See the epoxy in there? So it is waterproof. We can just basically stick this thing in here. We've got plenty of room. And then as far as getting our USB output here, got a couple options. Ooh, it actually fits. I'm gonna trim some of the plastic out of this housing, and I think this cord should just go right in the hole. Oh, wait, watch this. I'm gonna use this hacksaw, and we're gonna cut a relief in the side of this. Let's put it right about there on each side. The rubber on these little housings is stupid thick, so we've got room to saw on this thing. Oh yeah, look at that. Presses right in there. Yeah, and then same thing for the top half. All right, cool. I'm just gonna work on clearancing this with a saw. And then I think we should be in business, roughly. Okay, we're gonna have to trim out the top of the case a little bit. Oh yeah, this will totally work. It's gonna take a little bit of massaging here to get this fit completely. And then once it's in here, we're gonna completely seal the thing up and make the edges look kind of like they're supposed to be. This cord's not coming out of there like that. This is just for testing purposes. But yeah, I think we can make this work. Haha, sweet. I'm gonna screw around with this, and then I'll be back when I'm pretty close to done. All right, I've got the inside of this thing clearanced enough now. I think I've figured out the basic layout. And we're gonna have the module in here like this. Our power wires are gonna come out over here. although I'll probably use a different cable. And then our USB adapter will fit right in here nicely. And then we'll be able to put the lid back on, and we'll have our USB port right there and our single wires coming out the back. We're going to have to run an inline fuse in this because there isn't really room in here to put in a fuse at this point. But I think this will work great. We have a little bit of extra wire here. I'm not sure if I can fold that up and if it'll fit in here. If not, I can always cut this in half and then just shorten it down a little bit. But yeah, this is going to work great. All right, I think we're pretty close. I'm just waiting for the glue to finish solidifying now. But we've got our cables in here. We've got it fully potted in black hot glue, and nothing is going anywhere. I put a nice long cord on this. We'll just put a fuse at the other end of it where it interfaces with the chair. That way we've got plenty of circuit protection. But the way I stuck this in here before I filled it with glue, there's a pretty good amount of strain relief, so if something tugs on this, it shouldn't be coming loose. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I think it's going to work well. Now all we have to do is put our lid on, and we'll be set. I think we're ready for final assembly. We only have one screw, and well, it's not exactly in the best shape in the world. So we've got this one screw, but luckily I keep screws from everything that I take apart. So yeah, those look like the same screws, or at least close enough. And like I thought, we might need a longer screw for this side because yeah, part of our case kind of came apart, so yeah, we'll probably just have to rock without the little cover. That's fine. I think without it, it should screw in. Oh yeah, no problem. There we go. We've got one repaired permobil USB wheelchair charger. We've got our cord coming out the back here. You may notice there's a bit of a gap here in the front. That's because when this thing got smashed, I don't know where that plastic part is, it went away. But everything inside here is waterproof. And I also filled all the rest of the gaps with hot glue. So we should be good. And we've got a nice long cable on this. So if we want to mount it on the chair, shouldn't be a problem. And we have this little hole right here, so we can still mount it on the chair. Now, this is a little centering pin. Looks like that thing came off. That's what goes in the rail and keeps the thing from rotating. So we may have to do something creative there. But this is going to be underneath an armrest, so this cosmetically isn't really too big of an issue. But yeah, let's hook this thing up to the power supply and see if it charges a phone. So let's set our power supply voltage first. Run this up to 24 volts. There we go. There you can see power supply is at 24 volts. We'll connect this up. Let our wires very carefully dangle. And then there should be a USB cable here somewhere. Ah, there we go. Plug it into this phone. And then plug it into our charger. Aha! It's charging. Sweet. And we're only pulling about 300 milliamps off of the power supply. So that's not doing too bad at all. Cool. All right, I'm gonna shut this off. The vents are blocked on that power supply. I've got a bunch of stuff sitting on top of it. But yeah, we're charging. Sweet.